This is a mini spy camera that records in 1080p. It's a USB charger camera which will plug into a normal wall socket. It's a 3-pin socket for the UK, which will simply connect the two parts together in a moment. It comes with a USB to USB cable, so we can connect the camera to the PC. The second option is to use this card reader, where we can plug in the microSD card to check the footage. Here's the instructions that come with it. Pause and read any sections if you need to. It comes with a pin, and these are the two halves of the plug. The 2.1A will allow you to charge your phone and other devices. And on the left you see a switch for loop record or motion detection. Now I'm going to plug in my 32GB microSD card. Push it right in until it clicks in place. Now we're going to pull out the second half of the plug, which has the 3 pins on it. These two pieces slide together, and now the camera is ready to go. We can plug this into a wall socket which will give it power, and it will start recording straight away. When you unplug it, it will stop recording. When you plug it in a socket, it will start recording. And this is the area where the camera is hiding, as well as the USB sockets. This camera I couldn't see without a close-up. Now we're going to simply plug this into a power strip or some wall sockets. You'll see a red light for a couple of seconds, and it's recording straight away. You'll see I can charge my phone from the socket on the right hand side. Now we're going to plug this camera into a few different locations and check out the footage. The picture quality is okay, and it does record sound very loud, which we'll test in a moment. The issue I had was finding wall sockets around the house where I could plug this camera in and it would actually record anything, because ideally I'd like to put them in better locations to get a better view than only being able to plug it in where there are wall sockets. You'll see I do get some footage, and you'll definitely receive a good audio, but ideally you want to put the camera in locations where you're actually going to see people and be placed in better locations in the house. Now you'll hear me testing out the camera.
Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
Now I think the best option for this camera is by plugging it into an extension lead and having the camera upside down, then rotating the image afterwards. This way the camera balances up on its own in a better location where I can move it and position it to film better parts of the house. The camera is light enough that it will stand up and film as it is, and in the description it says it has a 75-degree wide angle view. But for me I wish the view was actually wider than this, but isn't too bad in wide spaces. Now you can see by using the extension lead I can put the camera in slightly better locations for a better view. If you have a socket that's in the perfect position, then you'll be just fine. But this is another option.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
The footage is captured in 1080p. You can use a microSD card to a maximum of 128GB. It doesn't have infrared, so you may struggle to see the image at night, but you will still have the voice recording if you leave it on the loop recording setting. So it records until the microSD card's full up, and then it will start overriding on the old footage. So it'll be constantly recording.
You take all mine out for me.
What are you doing?
You can plug into the 1A USB socket or put the microSD card in the card reader that's provided, which allows you to then check out the footage, as there's no app for this camera. This camera doesn't pair up to an app on your phone, so you can't check the position of the camera until you take out the microSD card and check it. So you can't connect this to your Wi-Fi router and you can't access it from remote access. It's quite simply plug it into a socket and it will start recording, and the moment you unplug it, it will stop recording. On a newer model, I'd like to see an app so that you can check the footage and access this remotely. I'd like to see a wider angled view. It may be difficult as the camera's hidden, but it'll be a nice touch. I'll leave links and information in the description below. Thanks for watching, subscribe and like. Welcome to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.